already fucking sweating and I've only sat down? Excuse me. Okay, oh, fuck my life. Oh. Okay, hi, hello, it's me, I'm back. Today we're here to do a very special story time. By special, I mean I had a panic attack about it 20 minutes ago. I've also developed a lisp, and I really don't want to fucking talk about it, or the fact that I've got no fucking eyelashes. This tragic love story is very recent, and by recent, I mean I went to the Coffee Bean an hour ago before I put eyebrows on. This is the moment where you're gonna have to imagine some Emma Chamberlain editing shit, like zoom in on my face, fake slurping, kids cheering in the back. Did you imagine it? Did you get it? Good. Now to get into it, I need to give you some backstory. If you don't know this, I live in Malaysia. I legit don't have one fucking friend. Like, the closest thing I have to a friend is my dad, and he hates me. So from when I wake up to when dad comes home at like fucking 8 p.m, I don't speak to anyone, apart from like Coffee Bean baristas. The only people who are qualified as my friends, even though we've never said more than hi to each other, is my Coffee Bean baristas. Considering the fact I don't know any of their names, you're gonna hear the line, my Coffee Bean baristas, a lot in this story time. Also, if it seems like I'm cracked out to the eyeballs, it's just coffee, not Coke. Where was I? My ADHD is so bad today. I also don't have a job or go to school, so the only thing I do in the day is go to the Coffee Bean without fail. And when I say without fail, I mean sometimes I don't go for a week, but that's only because I didn't leave my house at all. And when I do go to the Coffee Bean, I go in 4 times a day just for fucking basic human interaction. I first met my barista boyfriend when I was in Malaysia last year, and he gave me the nickname Miss Abby Iced Americano. I come back a year later, and the first time I walk in, he's like, Miss Abby Iced Americano. I was like, bitch, you know me? I've gotten fatter since then. He looks like a surfer boy. He wears like shell necklaces and bracelets, but at the same time, his shoulder width is like the same as my left thigh. So let's just say if we were having sex, I don't think he would be the one breaking the bed. I'm a very talkative person, if you haven't already fucking figured that one out. My friend once said that I'm not very good at talking with people, but I'm very good at talking at them. But around the barista, I have less to say than Demi from the Daily Mail. But every time I walk in, he's like, hey, Miss Abby Iced Americano, how are you today? He sounds nothing like that. And my responses are always so weird. Like, he'll be like, how are you? And I'm like, I don't know, good. You know when you're conscious that you're being weird, but you can't fucking stop being weird? Like, I'm like, stop being weird, like stop being awkward, like what is wrong with you? And I just can't stop. Like as I'm speaking, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? And I'm not okay, I'm really not okay. But he just laughs at me and doesn't care. I think he's very confused as to why I'm in Malaysia, but I didn't know how to tell him because I'm suicidal. So I told him I work at Ribena. Now I know that should be unusual, but it's not to me because I have a tendency to tell anyone I meet that I work for Ribena. I don't know why. Anyone that's met me drunk in Malaysia thinks that I number 1 own Ribena, number 2 think that I own one of the Petronas towers, and number 3 think that I'm a lesbian. I hate talking about drunk me because I don't fucking know her. She's so embarrassing. I think I just left him more confused though, because I say that I work at Ribena, but I never fucking go to work, and I wear the same t-shirt every single day and the same fucking pants and the same fucking dirty Adidas. Also, my bag is like $5 from a reject shop. I think he would think that if I worked for Ribena or slashed owned it, that I'd at least have like a Michael Kors. Or if I was gonna wear t-shirts everywhere, that one of them would at least be Gucci. And maybe instead of dirty Adidas, I would wear white Nikes, but hey, at least he thinks I'm humble. I definitely thought that him being in love with me was something I made up in my head, just like every other fucking boy that actually hates me that I go, no, but I think he wants me. Until he started giving me my coffees free. I go in there one time, there's a huge fucking line. He's like, we didn't do that. He was like, come here. And he gave me an iced Americano. I gave him the money and he said, no, free coffees for you, which my mind turned into, hey, I want your fucking pussy and I will give you caffeine in exchange for it. And that was about a month ago, and I've been drinking free coffee since then. But the problem came when I was getting all these free coffees and I still didn't fucking know his name. Mind you, he's met my fucking dad. That's a thing as well. Everyone at the Coffee Bean knows my dad. It's a family affair. Do you know how embarrassing it was that I made this like cool persona for myself at the Coffee Bean, and me and my dad went together one time and they were like, you are not the short Scottish fat guy's daughter. I mean, they didn't call him the short fat Scottish guy. They were like, Mr. Keith, and I was like, Mr. Dad. My barista boyfriend saw me getting my fucking weekly allowance. But since he was spending his hard-worked money on my iced Americanos that usually my dad's hard-worked money pays for, I thought I better say something. The last thing I said to him was, I dislocated my shoulder. I have never dislocated my shoulder in my fucking life. I really didn't know where I was hoping it was gonna lead, but it led nowhere. He was just like, are you okay? And I was like, no, not at all. I really need to go to the hospital now. Like, I literally took my iced Americano and was like, off to the ER, see you later. But even though I'm weird and sometimes crying, he likes me anyway. He never sees me like this either. The makeup's a new thing. I've only been doing it fucking 2 weeks. Once he started giving me free coffee, I was like, better put some effort in. Not in my outfit or my hair, but I'll just fucking put eyebrows on. But this was such a thing that I was gonna ask him out. I get so nervous around guys. I'm like too nervous to ask my dad what's for dinner. And I was gonna ask him out. But before I got the chance to ask him out, he like stopped turning up to work for like a week. And I was like, okay, my boyfriend's gone. Anyway, moving on. Where the fuck is he? I'm here at the same hours because I fucking know his time too. I know his schedule, bitch. I legit know the hours that he works, and I go there specifically when he's working. Oh my God, like, I think I really do like this guy. So I knew that he was meant to be working, but he wasn't there. But you know who was there? Aha, the plot thickens. This is where the love triangle comes in. There's another barista who is actually so hot. This is some broad shoulder shit. This is some Edward Cullen and the Coffee Bean shit. This is some Mr. Grey of the Coffee Bean shit. But he hates me. Like, no one's ever hated me more than the hot barista hates me. He refuses to make eye contact. He's literally rolled his eyes at me. Sometimes when I go to the counter and he's already served people in front of me, as soon as I get there, he clocks out. And God forbid he has to give me my coffee. He like pushes it away with a straw. Bitch literally does this. Bye. But in this 1 week when my boyfriend is missing, he was like really nice to me. And by really nice, I mean he was still a dick. Well, he made eye contact and then he took my order. Before I'd even been to the counter, he made my iced Americano. Like once I'd ordered and paid, he just gave it to me and I was like, thank you. Like, I think our fingertips touched. Like, it was a fucking moment for us. Now, this guy doesn't make me nervous. He makes me wet. Like, I'm soaking. I'm turning to the other baristas being like, get a fucking mop. There's cleanup on aisle 6. When I see him, someone needs to bust out the wet floor sign. And then my boyfriend came back and he said, and I quote, I've been waiting all day to see you. Bitch, it was 11 a.m. I can't even talk about it. I said to him, that's because you're in love with me. Like, who the fuck says that? Me. And he said nothing. Like, he said nothing. Like, he just looked at me and was like, and I looked back like, and he was just like, and I was just like, so I took my coffee and I left. And the next day I went back with my friend, the one friend visiting. She's not here for long, so I still technically have no friends. So I go to the counter and I say, hey, look, you're not my only friends. And he just looks at me like, uh-huh. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've done it again, haven't I? And then I'm like flirty and horny and I'm confident. So I put one leg on the countertop and one leg on the floor. I'm in a fucking mini skirt. My legs are fucking open. I can smell the fish. And everyone in there was just unimpressed. And I was like, okay. I've done it now, haven't I? And that was like 4 days ago and I haven't seen him since and I've been to the Coffee Bean every single day. And now I'm telling you he's quit. 100% he's quit. And why I think he's quit is because everyone that fucking works there hates me now and I think it's because I made Mr. Popular quit being Mr. Popular. And if you thought the hot barista hated me before, he fucking despises me now. And guess who's back to paying for their iced Americanos again? Moral of the story, I go to Starbucks now. Sorry if you didn't understand a word of that, but if you made it this far, I love you. And this is the part that I really struggle to get out with a lisp. If you've never seen me before, subscribe, don't subscribe, like, don't like, you make your own choices, boo. Love ya.